Hello boys and girls, we are going to be simulating into the next couple months or so, maybe to the trade deadline. This video probably start by checking out the line changes. I had no suggestions for line changes, although I'm pretty sure that we could make something happen quick, and let's just kind of mix up the lines a little bit. I want Grunlin with the youth here, and then Koivu get a good kind of, I don't want to say grindy because they're playmakers and snipers, but Koivu has that good, I think, chemistry that would be good with Vanek and Niederreiter. And then Pominville, Grunlin, and Parise on the top. And Zucker, Cook, Brodziak. I think the lines are going to be good. I think we're going to probably just simulate a month or so. So let's head to the 9th here. Let's simulate a month in advance. Hopefully the record can increase a little bit. That's definitely a good start. We're definitely a better team than the record shows, and now we're starting to hopefully get on a streak here to show that. Stu Bickel, most penalty minutes, that's good. We did want to change him out, but I guess if we go good, we could probably change him here on the 18th here, and swap him out with another defenseman. I think Justin Falk was the man that we are going to change in there, so let's. I believe he's in the NHL level right now. I don't think we have to go and call him up or anything. Defense, Stu Bickel. Let's change him. Defenders. Yeah, we're going to put him in for Justin Falk, and then we're going to replace him in all lines. Switch player. And then we have to scratch Stu Bickel. I like the potential of Falk. I think overall of 82, or no, here we go. Overall of 78. I'm looking at the first stat. Definitely a player that should be getting more time. As you can see, his stats aren't. He hasn't really had that much time and much of a chance to prove himself at this level. And I think being with Keith Ballard is going to help. Keith Ballard's got some experience under his belt, so that'll be a good third line. He can get some experience in, get some points, get some NHL level play time, and hopefully that can help jumpstart his career so that in future years with this team, he's going to be a good young player that we can possibly keep for a while, and maybe he can become a top 4 defenseman in a year or two. And I mean, if we need to trade away some assets, we can trade away some assets to get some draft picks. If we need to refresh the team, get some new guys in here, get some young guys in here, trade for some draft picks. Right now, though, we're kind of going on a tear, so I don't necessarily think that we need to be doing that. There's one trade that I have been recommended that I am definitely going to take advantage of. Oh boy, Anze Kopitar, 4-point night. That's a pretty impressive night, losing 7-4. And then we win 7-2, so that's what I call a comeback. That's definitely very, very good. Vanek, 10 goals, Parise, 13 assists. Our stats are looking pretty good, and the record's not doing too bad. Backstrom with 12 wins. Bickle still leading the penalty minutes, which I like to see. It means the rest of the team is pretty disciplined, and Bickle was kind of just a thug. So, I mean, necessarily the penalty minutes might not be a good thing for us to be holding on to right now. So getting Justin Falk that time and benching Stu Bickel, I mean, he's still going to be on the team. So if we need to bring in an enforcer presence for the playoffs or something for that first round, maybe we can pull him into the scene. So we're 1 month in. We're 15-10, 2 months in rather. There's one trade that I was recommended that I was going to take. I tested it out, and I think it's going to really boost the future of our team in terms of goaltending. So if we go to Ottawa, hopefully they didn't trade him, and we go to goaltenders, I was suggested to get Robin Leonard from Angelica Carlson. Thank you very much for the suggestion. If you suggest things and comment on these videos, I will definitely give you a shout out towards that. So we've got a 23-year-old 4-star green potential goalie, restricted free agent still. Pretty high salary, but he's a restricted free agent, so we can maintain the rights to him. Now, it's not going to be easy to get him, and I think trading a guy like Backstrom is going to be good, but let's see what Harding is up to, because Darcy Kemper and then we would make Leonard our future. So I don't necessarily want to trade Backstrom right away, although he is a veteran presence, but he's going to help boost these two guys, and I believe Gustafson's going to be pretty good down the road as well as a AHL goalie. So let's trade Harding, And since we're doing pretty good right now, I could probably give away a second draft pick. That alone is not going to go through. So we need to increase the value here. Let's look and see what exactly they need from us. Obviously, I'm not going to go too over the top, but it might not be a bad idea to trade a guy maybe like Scandella. Only 2 points. He's got a +4. He's not doing bad. I don't necessarily think he's a guy that we need to trade away. Preferably an NHL or an AHL guy. Zach Phillips might be a good guess. He's definitely not producing the points that he should be in the AHL level even. So Phillips, I think, is a good trade, and they're giving away 2 guys here. I can eat up some of this cap. Don't think what they asked for. We need to put in more value. They're not necessarily giving a lot away, but I can definitely go to all skaters and look in terms of something of the low trade value. Say, for instance, B. Robinson, and that goes through. So then that'll definitely help boost the future of our goaltending, and I think that was a great suggestion. I thought about it over the last couple days, and I think it's the right way to go. The thing, though, is do we bring in... Yeah, we can keep Leonard in here and then have Kemper start for the AHL affiliate for now. And then Leonard can build under Backstrom and be almost better already and definitely be a good backup. And then, I don't know, did he get NHL time? Yeah, he's been... Oh my goodness, he's been tearing it up so far in the NHL level. I'm going to try having Leonard start and then have Backstrom be a veteran presence. Although you don't want to... You don't really hurt their overalls by getting them out of their role, unfortunately. But we can go to line changes and just double check that Kemper is starting for the AHL level affiliate. That's kind of the main goal here. So Kemper and then Gustafsson, I like that. And then for Minnesota, yeah, I think we'll keep that. If we need to get rid of Backstrom, we can get rid of Backstrom maybe in the offseason. Let me see what his contract looks like real quick. If he's on his last year of the contract, then he's definitely going to be gone. 2 years left. That'll be perfect. That'll give Kemper and Leonard enough time to get ready for the NHL level. So we're going to simulate probably another month here till the 6th of January and then see where we stand in terms of the team at that point. I definitely think, though, that Leonard's going to be better than Harding as a backup because Harding was kind of having a rough year so far, 2-3 record as opposed to a 9-1 record that Leonard's got. So I think that that's going to help the team in terms of just overall consistency at the goaltender position, and so far it's been paying off. We've won 3 games straight here since we traded, and we gave away a prospect, sure, but he wasn't really producing the AHL level, and for a goaltending tandem that's going to be pretty much unmatched in the future, that'll be pretty good. So let's look at the potentials that we have here. Definitely going to be hopefully drafting for Pillin or Hicketts, or we're going to try and maybe trade for Pillin. Get some defensemen in the AHL system because we don't necessarily have that depth in terms of AHL at the moment. We've got Blum, we've got guys like that, but it would be nice to get a couple extra guys to start to bring up, and we lose 2 in a row to 2 very good teams, though, so that's not necessarily anything to be afraid of. Plus, we're still doing really well. Nashville's on a tear. Neal and Weber, holy points producers. And they picked up Sean Thornton. It looks like, wow. That's pretty, that's a pretty ballsy move. Ryan Suter's now leading our team in penalty minutes. I'm not sure if I'm happy about that. He should be more disciplined. He's a pretty disciplined guy, I would consider. But that's all right. We haven't had an overtime loss yet. It's all been in regulation. So this is getting pretty dicey. Our team's doing all right. I'm pretty happy with this. We could be doing better. Backstrom's really leading the way here. It doesn't look like Leonard's gotten a win yet for us, which is kind of upsetting because Backstrom's always been 2 wins higher than the total, or 2 wins lower than the total win columns for our team. So Leonard has not gotten a win yet for the Minnesota Wild, but I don't think that's any cause of concern. I think that he will hopefully get a good win in here pretty soon. Maybe this game right here against Dallas. Nope, that's still Backstrom. Josh Harding was in the net I saw against... here we go. Leonard's going to play tonight against Stalock. That'll be pretty nice. Daniel Carcillo to Chicago. Let's look at, hopefully, standings. Here we go. We are in the Central Division. We're in 45 points. Right now we're a playoff team, but Dallas is tearing it up right now. We could win against San Jose here and boost our points up. Nashville's pretty much the team to beat, so we're looking pretty good and like we'll be a playoff team. But we need to just get to that point. So we need to just beat San Jose here, I think. Hopefully the standings, no, it doesn't. Definitely beat San Jose, so that's going to be Leonard's first win as a Minnesota Wild goalie, which is pretty exciting. We need to beat Nashville here, though. We need to beat Nashville, guys. Yes, that's a good win. Definitely a good win. So we're starting to get to the... I'm going to simulate to the trade deadline in this video, and then I'll let you guys determine what we need to do to be a better team and hopefully make the playoffs and win the Stanley Cup. I think the top two lines are good and set. Grunlands needs time to start to produce and start to grow, and Koivu's going to be pretty good until then. But if we need to change our third and fourth line, maybe we need some more physical presence on the fourth line. Maybe we need a Matt Molson or a Paul Gaustad for the third line. Maybe we need some more grinders on the third line, some guys to eat up some time and really break down the defense. Maybe we need a better... I don't think we really need to make changes in the defensive core. I think we're doing pretty good there. I think we'll look at next time the scout needs to do something. We'll look at the stats as of that point. 27, 17, and 12. Jeff Schultz, minor league top 2. Yeah, we'll get some depth in the minor league. Let's pick him up. Let's pick him up indeed. All right, so let's just let's see if we can we look at stats from here. Let's just look at Justin Falk and see how he's doing. 29 games played, 1 point, 2 plus, 18 penalty minutes. Not the greatest, but he'll be a guy that will help us over time. Let's see how John Blum is doing in the minor leagues. 26 points in 43 games, -7. Not the best plus minus, but he's definitely really tearing it up. Doomba is getting some goals down in the minors. That's good to see. Follin, not too bad. I think this will be pretty good. Our minor league defensive core is looking pretty good as of right now. 12 assists. They're producing points in the defensive core, which I like to see. So that makes me happy. I don't want to necessarily call Falk down because I think he needs NHL time to grow into an NHL player, hopefully. But I guess that's something that you guys can maybe determine and help me decide with. So definitely noticing that the simulation is a little bit slower in this version versus the NHL 11 that I'm used to. But that's okay. Keith Ballard getting the penalty minutes. He seems like more of a guy to get the penalty minutes lead than Ryan Suter. So that's good to see. Parise is eating up the points. You know, need a writer plus minus on that second line is pretty good. Koivu also. So it looks like the second line is at least not letting stuff in. And Parise is just tearing up that top line. Thomas Vanek assists. That'll be good. So like I said, the top two lines are looking really solid right now. And Leonard got another win, which is good to see. Hopefully, I think against Chicago there, which is a good team to get a win against and only hold them to 1 goal. Yeah, we're looking pretty decent right now, to be honest with you. Koivu plus minus a 13. That's pretty impressive. Backstrom's tearing it up. 30, 20, and 2 is not bad. Nate Poster. Let's look at his stats this season. He has not played in the NHL. Playoff stats. He's on Chicago. Nah, we'll just skip on him. We're doing pretty good in the defensive position right now. I don't think we need to start just picking up guys. Good win against Florida. Sorry to all the Florida fans out there. Friese is going to be a 30-goal guy. Probably a 60 to 80-point guy by the end of the season, I'm hoping. And Vanek's tearing up the assists. Suter's back on top of the penalty minutes. He's more disciplined than that. I'm kind of curious why he's getting that many penalty minutes. I mean, I guess who else is going to get him? So far, we're looking like a pretty low penalty minute team. If Suter's going to be the top he'll probably top out at 100 by the end of the season, which is definitely more than he should be getting. I don't know what his discipline looks like as far as overall numbers are concerned, but we're starting to get a lot of wins here, which is good to see. Oh my goodness, Dallas is tearing up, but we're going to make a contention. That's a good win. That's a win that needed to happen. Leonard's starting to get some more wins as the backup, which is good to see. Wild have won their last 10 games, last 11 games. We're on a tear, boys. We're on a tear, boys and girls. 11 straight, on fire. Hashtag on fire. 12 straight. We're not stopping anytime soon. That's what you get, though. When you get a good goaltending tandem that can just back up 1-2, we're just winning games left and right. That's a great way to go into the trade deadline. That is a great way to go into the trade deadline. That makes it seem like we don't really need to change anything. But if you guys know of anything that we think could be done, let's look at the stats and see maybe where some holes are where we can fill out a little bit. Let's see here. Parise, 66 points in 62 games. That is incredible. Vanek, 59 in 62 as a second liner. That's even more incredible. I wish more than anything that I could play these two guys on the same line. Koivu centering that second line. Who's our Grunlund, 37 points in 62 games. I'm okay with that. I think he needs to be on that top line still, even though Koivu's producing points. But Koivu's plus-minus is helping Niederreiter and Vanek produce as well. So I think that that's going to be okay. Suter, despite his penalty minutes, 44 points in 62 games. That's impressive. Spurgeon, I don't know how to pronounce names, 30 points in 62. Broziak, 23. I believe he's on my fourth line, to be honest. Fontaine, 20 points. Zucker, 20 points. We're actually a really high point-producing team. Matt Cook, 16 points in 62 games. Ballard doing well. Scandella. Falk is still 1 point, which is not good at all. Bickle had more points in a third of the games almost. But Falk is more disciplined. Speaking of discipline, let's look at Suter's discipline rating. I'm pretty sure it's not that bad. 82. It should be better than that. I mean, Niederreiter's 81 and only has 14 penalty minutes. So I don't necessarily think we need to do many changes, to be honest, as much as I don't want to say that because I like making moves and I think it's necessary to a GM mode commentary. So that's totally up to you guys. But look at Leonard, 14 and 3, 2.28 goals against average. Unbelievable. 91.8 save percentage. That's the kind of backup goalie that's going to be starting in a year or two from now. I mean, if you guys think that we need to trade Backstrom or sign him off at the end of the year, trade him off as like maybe get a first-round draft pick or second-round pick or some later picks, maybe a prospect and a second-round pick, that's something that you guys can suggest because his goals against average is a little bit high and Leonard's tearing it up. But I don't know if it's worth the risk right now to bring Leonard up. Maybe wait till the end of the year to get rid of Backstrom or wait until his contract expires. But I think pretty soon Darcy Kemper is going to be the guy that's going to start to want to come up. And let's take a look at his stats. Let's look at the AHL stats here a little bit. I think that pretty soon we're going to be needing him to get up into the fray of things. Let's look at points here. 43 points in 53 games for Schroeder. Blum, second best on the team, 35 and 53. Sutter, 34 and 59. Penalty minutes, though. Brad Winchester should not be getting that many penalty minutes. We are definitely a pretty good thugging team. We have an enforcer here. We've got Grinder here, Grinder there, Grinder here. Definitely not taking no crap from anybody, it seems. But their plus-minuses are, wow. I mean, 4 guys that are negative right now, and 2 of them are producing pretty decently. So that's okay with me. I think that they're doing pretty impressive, to be honest with you. But let's look at how our man Darcy Kemper's doing. Oh my goodness, 1.97, 28 and 15. Pretty good. 93.2 save percentage. He's a guy that's going to be getting called up real soon if we get the chance. So if you guys think we need to get rid of Backstrom right now, I mean, I guess that's something that we're going to have to weigh the options. If you know of somebody that we could pick up for Backstrom or anything along those lines, feel free to make a suggestion. Like I said, you'll get your name shouted out. I believe, 50 games played. It's a tough situation. We're a really good team right now, and we've got a lot of good things going. And I believe we should be, if not leading the division, pretty close. I think that picking up Leonard was a really good idea. Yeah, we're 2 points behind Dallas. I believe we're probably ooh, look at that, Atlantic Division. 2 teams, and then everybody else is falling behind. Goals, Parise's third in the goals, assists. Nobody on our team's up there. Wins, Backstrom with the most wins, so maybe we don't need to trade him. Unless, I mean, if this is a trade deadline deal and we could get more for him, what's his trade value? I don't know if trade value gets affected by performance. I don't know if that's how it works in here, but let's just look at his trade value, and you guys can see if it's worth trading him away or not. So our first round pick, that's the trade value. Our goalies, yeah, Backstrom does not have a good trade value. Not well at all, but it would save contract space, it would save some salary, it would bring up Darcy Kemper, give Gustafsson some time as the minor league goalie. So I'll let you guys weigh the options, let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for watching, and I will hopefully see you all the next time around.